My 35F, EX's, 36M, GF, 36F, keeps claiming to be my daughter's mom. Sue title, and yeah, it's a little complicated. My ex moved his GF across the US after meeting her online and moved her in with my kids. I asked to meet her and my ex flipped out for a while and made a big deal until he relented to an awkward lunch where he loomed over me the whole time to control the conversation. Needless to say, this has set a bad start to any friendship she and I would have. In fact, my ex said it would be inappropriate to have that kind of relationship with her and that he knew I'd say something wrong to her he didn't want. I once said to her, "He believes what you don't know won't hurt you," and that proved his point. Over the course of the last year, there have been little things that have become big things. I was weirded out by how enthusiastic she greeted my daughter and how touchy she would get, but seemed to ignore my son. She'd get new clothes for my daughter but not my son. She took my kids out to parks and libraries during the pandemic. My daughter was uncomfortable with his GF calling her baby, so I advocated for her to be able to say don't, and was told I shouldn't have had that convo with her because it was an adult convo and I was dictating his GF's relationship with my daughter. And I asked if a specific activity with my daughter could be our thing and was told I was being weird, and they went out of their way to do it with her. Any attempt to reach out and ask for respect or a boundary are met with hostility, and I'm not sure if I'm approaching it wrong or if I should just not say anything at all. Let's just say for brevity's sake that I grew up abused and I know how not to handle situations, but it didn't leave me with a lot of great examples on how to handle them or people to ask for help, so here I go. Recently I've been having issues with GF claiming to be my daughter's mom and taking my daughter on play dates with friends but not my son. It's not just one or two moms either. It's any parent she meets she asks to do a play date with my daughter. At the beginning of school this year, all excited to drop my daughter off, when I said I was her mom, the school confused me for my ex's GF, who had asked about my daughter's bus schedule. One guess. I felt a little invalidated and confirmed with the school I was mom, not her. She wasn't even a stepmom, and that I was uncomfortable with her making changes to the bus schedule. I barely know this girl, and what I do know just slightly has me worried she might leave with my daughter one day due to the attachment she blatantly shows. I called the GF and asked in as even of a tone as possible, like I was having a conversation, and asked why she told the school she was my daughter's mom, and just that she may have not known how that could be hurtful to me. When she listened to the voicemail, she sent me a wall of texts telling me I had no right to accuse her in my overly emotional state, and due to my instability she was on the verge of cutting contact, but would give me one more chance for the sake of the kids as long as I waited 24 hours after I was emotional before I respond. I had the principal and the teacher say she told them she was mom. I don't know. Fast forward to today, where I mostly try to avoid contact at all costs, and I am now accused of being off-putting and unapproachable because I won't say hi to her at drop-offs. I just stay neutral as much as possible. I have a friend who lives in my complex who has a daughter my girl's age. They play all the time when the kids are home. On Mondays their friend's grandma picks her up from school and spends time with her. My friend was driving in the parking lot today and asked about me meeting the grandma and was weirded out why I asked for a play date in the park if we lived next door. It wasn't me. It was my ex's GF. I know it's making me insecure a little, so it makes me question how to begin to approach it with her. DL, ex's GF keeps telling people she is my daughter's mom and trying to make play dates with everyone. And I don't know how to tell her to stop. Do you have a custody agreement? If so, talk to your lawyer. This has long since reached legal territory. It directly falls under parental alienation. And I think you have cause for concern about her overattachment to your daughter and the different way she treats your son. The fact she's not even married to your daughter's father makes it all the easier. Gather evidence and talk to your lawyer. I know it's expensive. I know you probably can't afford it. But do it anyway. This is your kid. Move heaven and earth to find the money. Get a second job. Sell your electronics. Beg your friends and family for money. Whatever you have to do. This is your baby girl. You need to handle this. How is custody of kids arranged with X? Being an emergency contact and allowing her to make decisions regarding your kids are two different things. Set up a meeting with the office administrators. Give them the details and make sure they understand. Make sure to go to every school activity and introduce yourself to everyone as her mom. You aren't insecure, but you need an attorney ASAP. I'm not an attorney, but this is straying into parental alienation territory emo. How old are the kids? I didn't see this listed anywhere. I totally agree with others that there is parental alienation going on and you should get a lawyer to prevent it. I would also consider that this woman has no connection to your area outside of your ex. She is becoming way too attached to your daughter, and I'd be seriously concerned about something happening if they broke up. I don't know if it's possible for her dad to be picking her up, but I'd be wary of allowing the girlfriend to be able to pick up your daughter freely. You need a lawyer like now. This woman seems to be looking to completely take your position as your daughter's mother, and your ex is 100% enabling and or encouraging it. He's probably going to try to file for full custody, no visitation in the future for his current GF. Get ahead of it now. You need an attorney ASAP. Let him know what is going on and how your son is treated too. This has all the earmarks of a Dateline or 48 Hours special. Not good. Also make clear with the school in writing that she is not to call and inquire about your kids. Make changes. Take them out of class without permission. If she identifies as mom again, or if you notice disparities in treatment, you will file TMN. Custody. My brother went through something similar, but his kids were much older, so it was easier. Document everything. Every single thing. You need to issue a pattern of behavior and do it quickly, because your kids are going to buckle under the pressure of her bizarre treatment and the tension. The GF is definitely gaslighting you, and as someone who grew up with divorced parents and my dad having a GF while having separate custody, this is not normal or appropriate behavior. Please take legal action. You are not being insecure or weirded out unnecessarily. Her ex is prob a narcissist or in the least controlling, which is why you might be so doubtful of how you feel. But you are validated. The GF is CTEEPY and needs to back TF up. Get a lawyer and see what you can do. Talk to her daughter. Tell her she can tell the GF no and draw boundaries. You set boundaries. You are her mom and need to put her foot down. GF is not a parent. Talk to her kids. Her son too. Let them know they can have boundaries, cause I'm sure the dad is forcing them to do God knows what. Wow. It seems like she's making a plan to kidnap her. I don't know how that would work if she claims your daughter as her kid but not your son. Maybe she wants people to think he's her half-siblings? She's insane. You definitely need an attorney. Engage a lawyer and have her removed as an emergency contact if possible. I'd also look into issuing a cease and desist if you have any verifiable proof. If someone tried this with me, they'd be spending the next decade in court. Hell nah. This is like the opposite of my situation. It's literally insane. LMFAO. His ex hates me with a burning passion. Literally moved their whole family out of state after my now husband and I moved across the country to be with them. Absolutely vile with me. Convinced I'm trying to steal their child when I've met him twice with her there. Had no interest in having my own kids until I met my husband, and even then it's a if it happens thing. Not an actual goal. I'm really sorry she's turning into a stepmonster. It is extremely concerning that she is only doing this with your daughter. I'd honestly be slightly more at ease if she treated both of your children like her children. But I personally have an aunt stance in my stepmothership when we are allowed to build that relationship. He's only 6, so he has no control. So I find it so weird. She needs to be made aware in no uncertain terms that she is not to call herself the child's mom, as she has no parental rights or responsibilities. Get a lawyer ASAP and take them to court on the grounds that she is making decisions she has no legal right to make. Maybe file a restraining order against her. This is odd behavior. Time for a lawyer. Your ex and GF are deaf in the wrong. He probably has told her lies about you and she believes it and feels she needs to step in the mother role. It's very odd she only does that for your daughter though. I'd be worried if she were going to be mean to your boy eventually.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.